Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of Scarlet Betch. I'm Jason.
And I'm Anthony.
This week we are going to be talking about two books that came out, both featuring some of our favorite queer characters. One of them is Daken, Dark Wolverine. I didn't really. I haven't. Okay, so Daken became kind of Dark Wolverine when Dark Avengers happened. Dark Avengers is not over, and he's still called Dark Wolverine.
Wow, that's the subtitle now.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest, and I only picked up this book because Mystique was on the cover. I'm a big Mystique fan. I love it that this book has like two of like the big bi characters in Marvel, which is really interesting.
Additionally, all bi people are supervillains.
Yeah, they all are, because they disrupt our society, and
you can't pin them down.
And it's weird because I feel like Daken's bi-ness is more transgressive in a lot of ways, because Mystique's bi-ness kind of only comes into play when Destiny's in the room. Because I've never really seen this. I've never really seen a situation where she's been hitting on a girl or been pursuing like a romantic relationship with a woman other than Destiny.
Yeah, I know Brian K. Vaughan was going to do that when he was writing her limited series that got canceled at issue 24, but I can't remember if there was an instance of her flirting with another woman. But there, I would say that would be the place to look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that the Mystique as kind of like as a character, part of her popularity has been the attraction of the male audience. She's got a huge fan base of male fans, and part of that, I was on DeviantArt, because I'm on DeviantArt a lot nowadays, and there was some like meme for male artists to draw like their favorite, like who they would, if they were to have a superhero girlfriend, who it would be, and some guy picked Mystique because Mystique could be every woman. But my thought was or every man, if you're into that shit.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing. I feel like in almost every either shape-shifting seductress or whenever Mystique's trying to seduce someone, I feel like there's constantly that kind of queer joke that gets inserted in, where she'll be shifting into all these different beautiful women, and then randomly she'll either shapeshift into the person she's trying to seduce, because it's the egomaniac thing, and it's oh, homo self-cessed, and then also the but there's just that queer thing, so it's kind of fun. So Mystique is a fun character, but
I love her.
the book.
Yeah, the book.
So I think I need to read the Wikipedia entry on Daken again, because I am so lost about the Wolverine mythos. I'm not really a Wolverine fan, never really have been, even though he's from Canada. Well, actually, I don't know, is he actually from Canada? Because didn't they establish...
Whatever.
Yeah.
Origins.
Yeah, so I've never really been a huge Wolverine fan. My only love for Wolverine has really been A, Fastball Special, and B, kind of his accessories. I'm a really big fan of X-23, although not really the current X-23 that I'm seeing now. No, I liked her more when she was with the young X-Men and or the X-Teens, and now that she's kind of doing her own shit, and I don't know. She felt I really liked Laura when she was kind of connecting with her girlhood, and I feel like that's not really what's happening anymore. But
no, we just want her to stab things.
Yeah. But so Laura in Pixie Strikes Back, so much fun.
Well, I have to say, it could just be the writer, I mean, that's who takes the character where they go, is the writer. And Catherine Immerman is amazing. Yeah. She's proved that time and again. So,
Yeah. What did you think about the book?
Counterpoint. I loved it and thought it was the best Daken story I'd ever read. I loved it because it was like, from the villain's perspective, I thought we were like seeing a retcon happen, because usually all this like empire setting up happens, and like the premise of the story is that he's setting up his death so that everyone thinks he's dead so that he can operate from the shadows. And so usually we end up when a supervillain dies, it takes years until some other writer's like, oh, I want to do an arcade story. Let's make Murder World have been an entire dream. And then they come back. But here we have Daken setting everything up, and he's manipulating the heroes so that they're being heroic and not realizing that he's dead and a supervillain now.
Yeah.
So I liked that switch. I thought there was a lot of planning that came together at the end. Like the last 2 issues have kind of been lost. Marjorie has a tendency to like to write thematic soliloquies over the course of the issue, and I find that really disconnects me from the action, whereas that was not as prevalent now. They had a whole flashback sequence in the middle, but there was still, I think it was a big payoff issue. I liked it a lot.
I also just thought it was interesting how I feel like Mystique's powers are like expanding, and that's been kind of a steady trend with her character in the past few cameos that I've seen of her. Like in this issue, she morphs a Iron Man exoskeleton, which I was like, oh, I wasn't aware that she could do that. Okay.
There was a big change. She got like I read her Wikipedia article a long time ago, but there was something that happened like in the early 2000s, I think, where she like got essentially she got magicked, like she got sent to limbo, some other dimension where she was trapped and had to learn how to be Angel's son Connor or something like that. And so and when she got back, basically because before she could only change into people, and she still can't alter her mass, but she can now like make a spike grow out of her arm that is just hardened self.
Yeah. I also think it's weird though, like how like so they talk about how I guess like Mystique kind of felt bad about the whole Daken thing because she was attracted to him, or was like felt the beginning of the buds of love or something like that, of a relationship, or I don't know, something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I think it's weird in that like on one hand you get this like really epic romance with Destiny, and then on the other hand she seems like the Mystique kind of like romance bit, it seems to be such a random plot point. I think to move plot. I remember like when Hope was still a baby, and Mystique had like infiltrated the X-Men and was like seducing Gambit and all this bullshit.
Oh god. Okay, that was a bad time for the X-Men. Yeah. Let's not go back there.
Yeah, but it was like really, and it was.
That was very bad.
Yeah, that was actually a soap opera, because you had the mother seducing her daughter's girlfriend to get her to be with the boy she wanted.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
Okay, well, moving on to other X-Men drama. It's X Factor.
Yay!
We don't get any of our main boys kind of being cute together, but we do get a lot of screen time for Shatterstar, which is fun.
And I have to say about the boys being separated by Rane being like, or Rain, sorry, I always say her name wrong. Rain. By her being all like, oh, it's your baby. I think actually, like, for such a tired, stereotypical plot for bisexual characters, it is actually going off very well.
Yeah, I agree. What I don't think is going off so well is, like, the entire plot of why they're being involved with Hela, with like the troll, is just so. It's just such a throwaway. It doesn't feel important. It doesn't feel like relevant, and it
really made sense for them to do what Hela wanted them to do. Like that made sense, but then to suddenly be like, oh, actually, let's rescue that random ass troll who just has to go work for a god. Like,
the cost benefit analysis of this private investigation firm is a little wonky, Like there's no benefit of saving this troll, as far as I can see.
Like, not even, like, it doesn't even really make sense on, like, a moral ground. It's not
Yeah.
like, we need to defend all trolls because we're troll people ourselves.
Uh-huh.
We have to stick together.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't like what we did there. Let's go save this
Yeah.
random
I
guy.
also, I mean, I actually kind of like Hela as a character. I think she's
Exactly.
she's a really
I'm like, why is she a villain?
I mean, like, I think she's a very fascinating villain in that, like, she's not just pure evil. You know, she's a god. She's this primal force, and yeah, she's a goddess of death. But I mean, she isn't just trying to like eat everything. She has her agenda, and it's like, I don't know. I think she's interesting, but I really.
Well, and that was the other thing. I was like, I mean, she's not your arch enemy. So like if they were like, oh no, actually Hela was Doom, and the man was a troll. Let's go save the troll from Doom. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I understand. You completely changed the entire story.
Yeah, but then also, like, I was really mad at this panel where Hela is naked and she has just her nipples and her vajayjay covered by her scarf. And, like, really? I mean, I know that Hela is a sex symbol in her own little way, but, like, really? That's just so... What? There's no point. There's no reasoning for that.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm kind of like, she's in her house. When I'm looking hot and I'm in my house, I wear similar things. I mean, I can't make,
Really? You have that headdress? That looks like hard to put together.
That's why the camera is here and not over there.
Speaking of, I'm totally not wearing pants right now. Just saying.
What's that?
I'm totally not wearing pants right now.
See? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. But I do really enjoy. There's one panel where what's his face? Strong
You
guy.
want to know something funny?
What?
I put on pants for this. Okay, continue. One panel, something.
Where Strong Guy punches a zombie's face off.
Yeah.
It was awesome, A. And then B, it reminded me of this Japanese manga called Riki-Oh, who is it's about a man who is so angry and so full of rage that he punches holes in people. He doesn't punch like through people. When he punches them, literally causes entire holes to like whole spheres of their body to rip out and explode off of them. And it's just like
I don't think that's how physics works.
no, it's not. Unless you're a Japanese manga.
Exactly.
Did you have any other thoughts about X Factor?
I loved it. That Shatterstar got to fight everyone, and that was cool. And I liked when Layla made the last unicorn reference. That was cute.
That was really awesome.
Yeah. And then I even liked it when Shatterstar was like, "Oh, hi, Thor."
Oh yeah, I know. But like, what's weird is like, why is Shatterstar all of a sudden this like horn dog? Like,
Well, see, I guess it is being a horn dog, but I'm kind of like, he's so innocent about it.
yeah, but like his whole character before was that like I have no sexuality, and then the reason
Yeah.
why I'm all sexual.
That he didn't understand sexuality.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many slash fics I've read that start out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shatterstar. Rick Star.
Star.
Look it up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is all that we have this week for Scarlet Betch. Do you have any final thoughts, Anthony?
It's no surprise that these were two of our favorite comics this week because the writers are amazing.
Yep. Right. Well, thank you for tuning in into this week's edition of Scarlet Betch. Tune in next week for another great issue.